What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Nerd Nest podcast. I am Jebediah Superfly, and I'm joined, as always, by Avalon.
How's it going?
Things are pretty good. Yourself?
Not too bad. Got a few snow days last week. It was kind of nice, but it was kind of awkward too. Not in my normal schedule.
Sure, but you had plenty of time to play Pokemon, though, so...
Oh, most definitely.
We've got a great show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about Sony's acquisition of Bungie. Going to be talking about Dying Light 2, even though neither of us have played it.
A little bit of everything, really.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. But before we get into all that, as always, we like to talk about movies and TV shows first. And I have a very special entry to start off the episode today. There is a new CG Pinocchio movie coming out, which, here's the thing, I don't care about the movie. Like, I have no interest in watching this movie until I saw the cast. And I was texting my brother. I was like, hey, if you heard there was a Pinocchio movie coming out, who's the last person on earth you would cast to play Pinocchio? And he was guessing all these different people, and I was like, you're never gonna get it. It's worse than everything you said, because somebody made the decision to cast Pauly Shore, the 80s movie star guy with one of the most annoying voices in the world, to play Pinocchio. And if you haven't seen it, you gotta look up this trailer because it's hilarious. He's super whiny. It sounds like a joke. Like, I first saw the trailer, it was like a little clip. It wasn't the full trailer. And I'm like, oh, that's a joke and it's funny. No, it's the actual trailer and it's hilarious. It's also got John Heder in it, which is just like, what's he doing in this movie too?
Whenever I don't think you messaged me, you just tweeted it out, and I was like, Pinocchio. And I had to watch it just to make sure if it wasn't a Disney thing.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I had to actually Google to make sure Disney still owned Pinocchio, like as a right or something.
Oh, they never did. It's
Pixar or whatever.
No, it's Pinocchio's so old now. It's public, whatever they call it.
Well, I mean, like, it's one of those Disney things. Like, there was another Disney kind of character that they made a movie, some other company, or made like a movie character off of that. And I was like, good thing. No, it was like a mermaid movie.
Little Mermaid. Yeah, that's also public.
It was in a Disney one. I was like, whew, thank God. It's not like a live action.
Yeah. Well, they are doing live action Little Mermaid, but...
And Pinocchio as well.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Well, they need to get Pauly Shore.
No,
but it's just funny. You need to look up this trailer if you haven't seen it. I know it's like hard to describe over the podcast, but just trust me. It's hilarious, and you'll laugh for like 2 minutes, and it's great.
When you just said trust, I don't think they're going to trust you anymore after you send them to watch this ridiculous trailer.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's a good use of 2 minutes of your life.
I don't know about that.
I'm not suggesting watch the movie, though.
Yeah.
So we want to talk a little bit about what's been going on in the Book of Boba Fett. Basically, the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, so you basically don't get a Boba Fett TV show in these past 2 episodes.
Yeah. So last episode's been like Mandalorian season 2.5 because Boba Fett's literally in about 30 seconds, grand total in these 2 episodes, and doesn't say anything. He doesn't have a line.
Yeah, which is, I feel like it's kind of sad, but at the same time, I already knew the show wasn't going to go anywhere after watching the first like 2 episodes. I was like, this show isn't going to last with a just solely Boba Fett show.
Yeah, it's sad, but like they're easily the 2 best episodes on this show. Like, I have told people, don't watch the rest, just watch these episodes because they're important for the Mandalorian. Like, and they're great episodes. And you're just getting awesome characters. If you haven't seen, spoilers, but you get Ahsoka, you get Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, you get Grogu back, and a lot of it's people are like complaining online that it's just fan service. And somebody tweeted, I thought it was hilarious, and they were 100% right. Like, Star Wars fans will cry fan service when a Star Wars character shows up in a Star Wars show. It's like, yeah, exactly. Like,
what's wrong with that? Like, isn't that what you really want?
Yeah, it's like
in any show, Star Wars movie, TV show, but so go back 2 episodes when it was basically literally just a Mandalorian episode.
Yeah.
Literally, well, both of them were literally a Mandalorian episode. But it was just nice seeing. You can just tell the emotion of like his heart's completely changed. You know, he wants to be back with Grogu. He wants to, see how he's doing. But then he gets basically shunned from the last 2 Mandalorians, really in
his sect, or whatever.
in his sect, and but she was still kind of like respectful towards what he was doing, like
For me it was funny because with Book of Boba Fett, with how bad those first 3-4 episodes, whatever, they're just not good, in my opinion. If you like them, that's awesome, more power to you. I'm not going to knock you for liking something. They were terrible for me because I didn't like how they portrayed Boba Fett, and in my mind I was just like, okay, I'm trying to figure out why they're doing this. I'm like, okay, Disney doesn't want their good guy character, because Boba Fett's supposed to be like good guy now, to be like this bad dude who just like straight up kill people and all. So I'm like, all right, that's what they're trying to do. And I, tried to make peace with it in my mind as much as I didn't like it. Then they get this episode 5 with Mando, and he just shows up and is just a bad dude, like
straight up
wrecking people.
Straight up shows him just walking into like a meat freezer, and he's like, I know it's you. I'm gonna have to take you in, warm or cold. Which one is it?
Yeah.
And then you just, you know what? I'm not gonna use like a pistol or nothing. I'm just gonna pull out the black lightsaber and just chop you guys up.
Yeah, he just wrecks people, and I'm like, okay, that's what Boba Fett's supposed to be like, and he's not like that at all. But yeah, there's one more episode left in the series for the season at least. I think it could be a really good episode. I just hope if they do decide to continue doing stuff with Boba Fett, they gotta change that character a bit. Like, make him be, maybe this was his like, I'm trying something different phase, and at the end be like, well, that didn't work out, I'm going back to my old ways or something.
I think it's gonna change because past episode when the tavern just blew up in Tatooine or wherever.
Yeah. That might change him.
And also you're seeing a nice villain from the Clone Wars cartoon.
Oh yeah,
Cade Bane or
Cade Banth or something. I forget his name. Yeah, that was really cool. When I saw him walking in the distance,
I know who that is, but I forget his name, and everybody likes him.
Yeah, he's really cool. When I saw the hat, I was like, oh shoot.
Well, when I saw the blue face, I was like, yeah, we know who you are. You're a fan favorite.
Yeah. In the Clone Wars series, there was I think it was a canceled episode actually, where him and Boba Fett fight, and Boba Fett kills him actually. So a lot of people think they're gonna actually have that fight, but I feel like a lot has to happen in this episode. It feels like there should be 2 episodes left. There's only 1, so this thing's got to be like an hour long at least. I
just hope he needed a toothpick. Yes.
Yeah, in the show he always had a toothpick.
I don't think Book of Boba Fett's gonna get a season 2.
I don't know. We'll see. It all depends on how many people really watch it. Like I said before, I don't think.
I bet you the views on that show went up in the past 2 episodes, like triple.
Yeah, like I said before, I don't think they really wanted to even make this, but Pedro Pascal was making the Last of Us show, and they wanted something
to fill in that spot.
They wanted something to fill in the time. Yeah. So,
which I get that.
I get that. Yeah, but I would have preferred if Boba Fett was just like a character that kind of came in every once in a while, did something cool, and was like, peace out, guys, I helped you. And just was like that bad, mysterious dude again, but whatever. Yeah. It's fine. So, if you are into Attack on Titan at all, did you see this?
Yes. Actually, Wyatt sent it to me and freaking got excited.
Oh, yeah. So, if you are a dub watcher, which a lot of people are, that's how I started the show. Only reason I'm not watching the dubs this season is because I know I'll get spoiled on stuff. So I'm watching the subs. But the English dubs start next Sunday, February 13th. So people are starting to finally getting their English dub Attack on Titan.
You just need to be a little patient if you want a dub.
No, I would see spoilers because I just know my Instagram feed, because I like that stuff. I watch not spoilers, but I look at the Attack on Titan stuff or Demon Slayer, Naruto. So my feed's full of that stuff, and I've already seen spoilers in the manga that people are posted on Instagram. So I'm like, I know I'm going to see stuff, and without skipping a beat, every new episode that comes out, the next day I go on Instagram, I see something, I'm like, well, yeah, that would have been a spoiler for me. So and I don't mind subs. So there are very few shows that I'm like, I have to watch dubs. And ELT's not really
You
one
are a brave soul.
for watching subs.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It'd take something special, a special person to do that.
Well, one thing that is nice about subs is it really makes you focus on the show, I guess. The reason
I can do subs in like movies, like Ant-Man, like those were like, I think one of them wasn't subbed or something, and you had to read it all. But that's weird. I can actually focus on that movie, and there was a lot of fighting, you know, and reading.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I understand.
At this
For
point,
some people, it's difficult, but
I mean, at this point, I might just wait until next week.
oh yeah, there's no reason for you to try, but yeah, that's exciting because the season's already nuts, and there'll be a new episode dropping in subs later today, so or it might even be out. They tend to drop in the afternoon though.
So excited.
Later in the afternoon. We wanted to talk about. So I got a little confused earlier this week. There were some Doctor Strange posters going around Twitter and stuff that people were saying were legit. Well, turns out they were actually fan edits. But it's a good opportunity to say this. Marvel needs to hire some fans for making posters because these posters on Twitter are incredible. Are incredible. Whereas Marvel tends to have generic, here's everybody in the movie standing kind of looking in different directions type thing. And it's just like, it's boring and it's whatever.
What was the meme? Someone took clips of each pose that Cap set, like a picture of Cap, each trailer poster or whatever, and movie poster, and he says, why does it look like eagle took Captain America's dog away or something?
I haven't seen that. That's funny though.
I was like,
he's just like looking off mournfully.
Looking off like, yeah, there goes my dog.
Yeah. Just in general, I feel maybe obviously neither of us are in marketing, and maybe it's just like there's something in marketing that tells you these generic posters work better for some reason. But man, these fan posters, if you get a chance, look them up on Twitter. Just type in Doctor Strange 2 fan posters. They're really cool.
Yeah,
they're super cool.
I mean, there's the one that you saw, which was completely different than the one I saw. Yours showed 3 different variations of Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
The one I saw was literally a face, like a film, like looks like just the wrap of 2 different faces, which was actually 3. It was like Doctor Strange, evil face, and normal Doctor Strange, and actually Wanda was in that, which was really good looking, and that's the one I saw through the internet.
Yeah.
But there's so many talented people in this world that I think Marvel or someone just needs to get a hold of. Give someone an opportunity.
Yeah.
Make fans happy.
I just, it gets a little boring when almost every poster is going to be a group of faces in the middle, like kind of cascading down, and like kind of a generic background for that movie. It's like that's every movie.
Well, actually, the Avengers poster is probably like really good.
Yeah, but even that's kind of in the same
Normal,
vein.
yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, let's go on to talking about some video games. In really crazy news, the Nintendo Switch has already, at this point, outsold the Wii in total sales. It's got 103 million sales now.
Wow. How long did it take Wii to get up to 100? Well, what was it? 100 and...
Wherever it was, till now, I guess.
Till now?
Yeah, I mean, because those are active numbers. However,
active.
Which I don't know if anybody's selling the Wii still. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised, but
I'm curious. Obviously the Switch did it faster.
Yeah, they did it in 5 years. The Switch got to 103 million, which is nuts.
How old is the Wii?
10 years?
10 years?
9 or 10 years, something like that.
Thinking.
Yeah. It might even be longer. No, I think it's like 10 years. Which is nuts because the Wii specifically was like this global phenomenon because of like Wii Sports, really. Everybody owned a Wii, but the Switch, the Wii came out in 2012. So 10 years ago.
Almost. Less than 10. Yeah.
Almost. The Switch was never really that global phenomenon in the same way that, I mean, the Wii was on the news all the time. like the huge
It was,
shortages and stuff.
it was a really good console.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's kind of sad about the Wii is when you look at the numbers, the vast majority of people who owned the Wii never bought a game. They played Wii Sports.
Yeah. Well, and also, like you just said, they marketed the crap out of that game. Like,
Yeah.
console. They, like, advertised it everywhere they went.
Whereas the Switch sells games. Like, people who buy Switch buy a lot of games.
Yes.
So the Switch is definitely way better for Nintendo in a profit-wise.
Well, also, it's just like in the generation of gaming, it was like that was new and innovative controllers, you know, and you used it to move things, you know.
Yeah.
And then a Switch, it's portable.
Yeah, Switch
You plug
is...
it onto your TV. It's so versatile.
I think one thing that's different about the Switch than like a system like the Wii or even like an Xbox or PlayStation and stuff, I guarantee you there's several homes that have 2 or 3 Switches.
Yeah, one for like your parents playing whatever they wanted to play,
Yeah,
and then kids
will have them
playing
and
whatever
everything, yeah.
Mario game they're playing.
So that definitely helps it when it comes to sales, because you know, people have to remember, yeah, while it's impressive that they're at 103 million, they don't have a dedicated mobile console anymore, which those used to sell 100 million. So
Which is because I don't think they'll ever sell another mobile, like another.
you know,
handheld.
what's funny is I would say the same thing, but when the Wii came out, everyone's like, well, this is Nintendo's future. They're going to do the motion control stick, you know, the Wiimotes. That's going to be their future forever. And then like every console they did different. Wii U was different, which it was a massive failure, but
I mean, you can't say that for the Switch because they made this Nintendo Switch Lite, which was their like smaller. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's
barely.
basically but I'm just saying, as opposed to like the Wii selling 102 million or whatever, and then also having a mobile console that sold like 90 to 100 million type thing, now you just have to Switch in sales. So
Which it's hard to tell.
yeah, so I don't know if they're making more money or less money. It just kind of varies. Games are more expensive for Switch, the console's more expensive, so I don't know. Are they making more? Are they making less? And I think then their next console will kind of tell you, because if their next console isn't like a Switch, where it's like we have a dedicated home console and then we're also releasing this mobile thing, that'll tell you then they weren't really making more this way. But either way, they're doing fine. They're doing great.
Way better off than all the other companies.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah. Not like
Not in total sales,
Yeah.
but what's crazy with the Switch is it's actually on pace to outsell the PS2 right now, which is insane.
the most sold console of all time.
Yeah,
Man,
that would just be nuts.
what year did that console come out?
PS2 came out quite a while ago. I think the PS2.
2000.
Oh yeah, and I think it sold like 150 million copies or something.
22-year-old console.
Yeah,
And the Switch is on pace.
yeah, it's on pace to
outsell it.
outsell it, which would be nuts if they had the highest selling console ever over the
But
PlayStation.
it wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah, it wouldn't. No, it's like I said, it's that thing where a lot of houses have multiple copies, I think. And like I think a lot of people double dipped when they got the OLED. Why did I say OLED so weird there? When the OLED came out, like they had
You didn't say it weird.
OLED.
Oh, like you're
I emphasized it
Olay.
weird. Yeah. I think a lot of people, when the new one came out, bought it to replace their old one.
curious when the PS2. What was the price on the PS2 when it released?
$300,
$300, and that's
which is what the Switch was.
And that's what.
Or was the Switch 350? I don't remember.
It's 3.
300, yeah. In other news, for the third console generation in a row, GTA 5 is now coming out with a PlayStation 5 and Series X version. Which,
Why?
Because it's going to make money.
It's gonna make money.
It's going to make so much money.
But I'm tired of seeing GTA 5 this, GTA 5 that.
Yeah, well, like GTA Online still prints money for Rockstar.
I'm not gonna lie, I did buy it. And when it
for the
first
new
came
one?
out, no, when it first came
Oh.
out, like it was like 360 when it first came out,
Yeah, 360.
and it was fun. But man, nope.
Yeah, I remember when it came out with their next gen version on the Xbox One and PS4.
Oh yeah,
and like how big a deal that
we
was.
even did a episode of that. Well, actually, no, it was like,
That was years ago.
man,
That was a long time ago now. That was probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Then it was for the Series X or something. Because I remember we were watching Game Awards or something.
Yeah, no, they just announced that basically it was gonna work on the new consoles. And I think they did like some up-resing and stuff for like the old version, but these are dedicated PlayStation 5 and Series X versions, which is just crazy. When they announced this, they also confirmed GTA 6 is in active development, which it's cool because it's the first time they've said that, but
we won't get that in the next 4 years, maybe.
I think maybe 2024 is realistic since they announced it now. But I mean, nobody was surprised by this. Like, people were making a big deal on Twitter, like, OMG, they're making the. Of course, they were making the game. They were never not gonna make the game.
Just like anything else in the world, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
If 5 sells so well, 6 is
Yeah.
already.
Anyone who didn't think this was in development now and was surprised by that is.
It's like saying, some TV show that ended and it was like really good, and they already said, oh, it's already in development for season whatever.
Season 2 or season 3.
I'm trying to think what show it was that I just watched.
Yeah.
Witcher season 3 was already in active development,
Which is not surprising at all.
Season 2 just like released. I was like,
I think
it's gonna last because you play the games or read the books.
I think Witcher actually got confirmed for season 3 and 4 at the same time. They're just like, yeah, we're just doing 2 more seasons for sure. We'll see after that.
I mean, Henry Cavill, if he ain't playing Superman, I mean, might as well just be Geralt the whole time.
Might as well. New games released just recently. We got Dying Light 2, so we're getting into that just insane release schedule this month. So Dying Light 2 was the first one, and then we're getting Sifu later this week, and then next week we're getting Horizon, and it just
And then
Elden Ring, Destiny, Witch Queen. Just a crazy month. We were talking about this, like how much money it's going to actually cost, and gaming's expensive. But I want to talk about Dying Light 2 because I've not got it. It looks like a really fun game, and I would like to play it, but I am going to hold off for some patches.
So think of this game case as my wallet.
Yeah.
Nothing's in it. It's empty. There's
no space for Dying Light 2.
There's no.
I thought this game came out at a weird time, and actually, the release is really surprising to me because
actually a good release time because well,
it's hitting right before a whole bunch of stuff comes out. I feel like it's surprising to me because if you guys haven't seen reviews or anything, people are saying it's really good, but there's just a ton of bugs. I'm surprised it didn't take 6 months. Try to fix that a little bit. Come out at a time when there's not a million games coming out, which I don't know how much you can really fix in that time, but it's just a weird release. But yeah.
I mean, you could say that, but I mean, I watched a couple of streamers play it and they haven't hit that like crazy amount of bugs. Like little tiny bugs here and there, but I think it was just like gatekeeping because you need a story progression into the game.
It varies, from person to person. There are people who played like Mass Effect Andromeda that never had a single bug. And when the game first came out, I never beat it because it wasn't a bug, but I reached a certain point in the game when it was unplayable and I just couldn't get past.
What happened to me for Dragon Age Inquisition when it first came out, and I played it on the Xbox One. Like, was it the same year? Yeah, I think it was like the same year I got the Xbox One, and I was like, oh, I'll get Dragon Age Inquisition. There's a bug, I couldn't continue, so I would kind of ruined the experience of that, even though I loved the game. Yeah.
So there's enough of that type stuff going around with Dying Light 2. I'm just going to hold off, especially with how much time they say you could put into this game. They say there's like 500 hours worth of content, which
so much.
That's like doing absolutely every single thing.
I saw the map for the place. Think of like, do you remember what GTA 5's map looks like?
Yeah.
It's about that size.
Yeah.
And it's sectioned off. Then you have all your points of doing certain objectives or skill progression stuff. It's I can see 500 and some hours.
Yeah, that's too much time for me.
That's too much. I got maybe like you get like 50 hours.
There's not many games I'm gonna put 100 hours into.
I mean,
there's not.
There's a couple. There's a couple.
There's a couple, but I mean, there's not a lot.
No,
like,
yes.
Like I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima right now, and it's become one of my favorite games ever already. And I'm about halfway through it. I won't put 100 hours in that game.
Oh no, I don't even know how many hours I have in that game.
Like I would just be done after a while. The only games I can think of I put that much time in is like Destiny.
You just saw Ark. I had hundreds of hours, 100 and some hours.
Yeah.
What was the other one? New World.
Yeah. Those are different types of games.
Just
like,
they're
built
all
to do that.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if they come out with some patches for Dying Light.
I might try Dying Light whenever Microsoft says, "Hey, this is coming to Game Pass and the bugs are fixed."
Oh yeah, if they do that, then obviously I'll play it. But just right now, I have to prioritize. Like Sifu comes out in 2 days. I want to play that game.
I like how you said prioritize, like you're adulting. Like,
you have to.
I gotta save my money because I got my car payment and my house payment and insurance. So won't be playing games until next year.
Basically, I have those things.
We're
so
prioritizing our video games, which ones to buy.
I have to select which ones. Like, I know I want to play like 4 games for sure coming out this month. So it's like, sorry, Dying Light. It's not you.
You're not the only one. Like this month, like I want to get Elden Ring, but like this week I have to buy that Destiny bundle.
Yeah, it's like there's just too much. So anyway, moving on from Dying Light. Pick it up if you want to. It actually looks really fun. Hoping they do some patches soon.
It's honestly probably one of the best visual looking games.
It's really cool looking. Yeah, and the parkour looks fun. So Sony last week did a showcase for Ghostwire Tokyo. This is the game by oh shoot, what's the studio?
Oh,
I know this.
We'll know when I Google it here.
Yeah, but it's a Bethesda studio. Tango Gameworks thing. They're the ones who do Dying Light. No, not Dying Light. That's the game we just talked about. Evil Within 1 and 2. But this is their new one. It's a Microsoft-owned studio now, but this is their PlayStation exclusive, at least for like a year.
I mean, I wanted to click this link, but I'm not sure if something's going to play like a video.
Yeah, probably would. This game they came out with a release date March 25th, which again, super soon. It's got put in this lump of just a crazy amount of games coming out. But we hadn't really, we'd seen some good trailers and everything for this game beforehand, but we didn't really see real gameplay. What's the actual gameplay going to be like? And this trailer, the showcase was kind of going over the story more.
Oh.
And showing more gameplay.
Oh, so there was gameplay?
Oh yeah, lots of gameplay. They straight up showed you, hey, this is how the game plays. It's all first person. It's kind of slow, the combat and stuff, but in a good looking way. It's definitely going to be a different game than everything that's really high pace, really high action. It's 20 minutes, man. It's a lot to watch.
Kind of wanted to see it, but I'm not going to risk it.
Yeah, like I said, it's a lot. It looks really fun. I'm excited for this game.
Have you seen gameplay of Evil Within?
It's not like those at all.
No remote.
No, not at all. It's definitely an action game with a horror-esque setting. It's not a horror game. I'm okay with this. I can play this game after everything I've seen on trailer. There's some creepy stuff, but I'm I'll be okay.
Surprised you're wanting to give Dying Light a chance then.
It's just zombies, man. Zombies aren't scary.
Nighttime?
It doesn't bother me.
Zombies are so... You played the first one?
I haven't played it. I'll watch videos.
Dude, nighttime freaked me out because of all the, whatever they want to call it, the mutated ones.
I've seen them, yeah. Zombies are so overdone to me at this point that they're just beyond being frightening. It's whatever. It's a zombie who... Not a big deal. But yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo, super atmospheric, super cool looking. It looks really fun. You're going to have to watch that showcase just so you can see the combat and everything. The showcase is 20 minutes, but really it's 12 minutes and then they're talking to developers and stuff.
Okay, so basically I'm just going to skim through the gameplay to get my take on it.
Yeah, because once I hit that 12 minute, I realized they're just going to talk to the developers, which, is awesome. I'm glad they're doing that, but I didn't watch it,
This is another game you plan on getting on release? Or...
Yeah, I'll get this on release now.
Okay, good. Cool.
It looks good enough.
Means I'll just
Unless like the week
Borrow it.
before reviews come out and they're just like, no, this game's bad, then I'm for sure gonna get it.
I definitely didn't just play your copy.
Well, it's gonna be PS5, so I don't know if you'd be able to unless you borrow my PS5, which you could do that. Oh, so I wanted to bring up. I saw this interesting Twitter thread just the other day. This was by at Carrie Golomb, and I'm hoping I'm saying that name correctly. I'm probably not, and I apologize. But he was comparing the new Steam Deck. He's got two actually, and doing size comparisons, showing them it next to different things like a PS Vita, a Wii U remote, a Switch, and all this stuff. Xbox controllers and all that. This thing is massive. Like, so much bigger than I anticipated it being. To the point where I'm like, that's not a mobile console. It's not. It's way too big.
I don't know what to say, really. I think it's gonna. I don't know what to say right now. Like, I want to say it's gonna be fine, but at the same time, looking at it, I'm gonna get very confused how to play it, because if you look at it, thumbsticks are way up here, both of them. It's not like the Switch or
Yeah.
caddy corner or whatever, and also there's those actual squares
Touchpads.
underneath. They're
Yeah.
touchpads. I think it'll fit comfortable in your hands
Yeah.
because it has those curved.
People have said like actually using it's pretty good. Like they don't actually have trouble with that. My thing is like there are times for like on the go and stuff that I'm like, man, the Switch is kind of big. Like I love my Switch, don't get me wrong, and I think it's really good for travel, but you get that thing much bigger and I'm like, okay, it's just too big. I'm only going to use this thing on my TV, which I mostly do anyway because of its size. The Steam Deck makes the Switch look small because especially since the Switch is thin, it's, you know, nimble. The Steam Deck's thick.
Oh, it's like two switches put together.
Thickness, and then like width is like 1.25 switches, but then it's also taller. It genuinely looks like it would be uncomfortable to use for any extended time.
Yeah, but it's not going to be uncomfortable to the eyes, because me personally looking at it, the Switch screen and the screen on the Steam Deck, they're about the same size, I think.
That's what kind of was blowing me away when I was looking at this. I thought the screen would be bigger with how big it is, but I think it's the exact same size as the Switch OLED screen, which we should say is bigger than the regular Switch screen.
Which did they say what kind of quality the screen is going to be on this Steam Deck?
It's not OLED, I know that. I think it's a good one, but not I
mean, better than the first Switch.
I can't even guarantee it is better than that. I bet it is, but
This one, screen resolution. Oh, okay.
yeah, it's pretty good. It's an LCD. You're gonna get 60 hertz.
Yeah, it's going to be FeeSync.
Yeah, so it's a good screen.
Okay, so it's included. It's a 7-inch.
I would have liked an OLED in it.
Which this is 720/60. I want the size.
The OLED, I think, is a 7-inch.
8.6.
No, that's not the switch. The screen size. 6.2 on the regular. Then go back and look at the OLED. I think it's a 7-inch.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a 7-inch. So it is the exact same
same
size
size
as
screen.
the OLED. Which people say the OLED screen, if you or somebody who uses the Switch on the go a lot, it's actually a really nice upgrade with the size.
Funny thing you said that. Like, someone was playing Pokemon Arceus on the OLED on their TV, and they took like a kind of like a screenshot when it was playing on their TV, and then they went back and looked at the screenshot on the Switch auto dock, and the color is so different. Like the OLED is so much vibrant, capturing the screenshot there, and then looking at it again when you undock it from your TV. There's such a difference, which is crazy.
Well, the games do run differently if it's docked or not. Like I remember Breath of the Wild ran much better docked than handheld.
Yeah. There was whenever I first saw Mitch, he was playing Breath of the Wild. It had some weird random stutter at first,
Yeah.
and that's what like it was annoying. Just only when it was docked,
Yeah.
was just strange.
Yeah, it is strange.
Like the FPS was just trying to catch up at
Yeah.
a split second.
In handheld, right?
No, it was on the when it was docked.
Oh, that's weird because it's supposed to run better docked.
Yeah.
Like mine ran much better docked
It
than
was
handheld.
weird.
It is strange.
But no, it's like, so the Steam Deck, they were just comparing it with different handhelds, like the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy SP, just weird things. So some consoles I never even heard of. You said this was the
I don't know what it
GPD
is.
Windows 3. Don't even know what that is.
No idea.
A generic window version of the Switch, it looks like.
A banana.
And a banana.
Yeah. But yeah, it's. If I'm being honest, like the size is really throwing me off to the point where, again, I had questions on if I was going to get one. I'm leaning towards not at this point until they're like more readily available and I can maybe like check one out.
See, personally, I would go back and look on what games are already available. I think they have like, didn't they say like 100 games or something that are already available?
Oh, I don't
playable
even
on
know.
the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should take a look on those games, see what's available that you were interested in playing, like on PC, see if they're on there.
Well, here's the thing, man. For me, there's not much that comes out on PC that I'm just like, oh, I have to play. It's more like smaller indie stuff usually. That's like typically
Which
PC.
normally all those are on console, especially
Most
for
of them
like
are
Microsoft.
on, most of them are on console, but there are occasionally some that come out or just like work better on PC. Excuse me. So I'm probably gonna hold off for now. I think the Steam Deck does almost anything that's on PC for the most part.
Oh wow. Well, I'm kind of impressed already. Battlefield 1, 4, and 5.
Well, those are old games, so they should.
Yeah, but it's for a little console like that. It's like telling Switch to play The Witcher, and Witcher does not play well on the Switch.
No, but the Switch and it's a completely different thing.
Yeah. Cuphead. Why would do that?
Yeah, I mean,
Dark
indie
Souls
stuff,
2. Cool.
Yeah,
Well, that's a fairly newer game.
yeah. Anyway,
I don't think I am because I mean, I got a PC.
yeah, you have no need for it.
And if
I
it was a
wouldn't get it.
PS5, shoot, take
Yeah.
my money. But
Yeah. Anyway, so probably the biggest news story of the week, not probably, is the biggest news story.
for us, especially us fans here,
Yeah. Sony has bought Bungie for $3.6 billion, which it's important to note that a third of that is just for employee retention. Like they're giving employees big bonuses to not like leave the company, which I thought was a little weird. Like how worried are they about it? But still, you know, Bungie's making out really well in this deal. And man, is it a weird acquisition for Sony because Bungie straight out said we are a multi-platform studio. We are going to make multi-platform games. Destiny's saying multi-platform. Anything we make in the future, we want to be multi-platform games. That's part of our deal. Like we are independent. And a lot of their PR stuff makes it sound like Destiny's not gonna have any exclusive content on Sony, but they don't clarify after Witch Queen.
exactly.
Essentially, they're just like Witch Queen's not going to have any exclusive stuff, and beyond that, unfortunately, I think we're gonna get to that point where you're gonna start seeing exclusive stuff on Sony again, which makes sense. I mean, Sony bought the company.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. But then, I hated that at the beginning. Destiny 1, PlayStation. Oh, there were
Destiny 2, in both games.
Yeah, both
Both
games.
games.
But I mean, it wasn't as we didn't have to deal with it as much in D2.
No, there was more in D2. You couldn't get Hawkmoon was D1, but there was like Zen Meteor.
Yep.
There was all kinds of guns, and there was even strikes that never came to Xbox.
Yeah, exclusive strikes was the big thing
Yeah.
because was a D2 beta. PlayStation had an exclusive strike.
And that strike never came to Xbox, I don't think.
Yep.
Ever. It's like, that's annoying. It's going to be interesting because with Destiny now on PC as well, such a large portion of their player base is on PC, where Bungie really doesn't want to alienate. Really, they don't want to alienate Xbox either, but I think they really don't want to alienate the PC crowd. And if you start putting exclusive stuff on a PlayStation console, that's the only thing that gives me hope that they're not going to have exclusive stuff. But once again, Sony bought the company for a substantial amount of money. It'll be interesting to see. But what Sony has said, really their reasoning for buying Bungie was for, one, they want to help Bungie turn their IPs, which right now their only IP is Destiny. I know they have other games in the work, but they want to help them turn their IPs into movies and or TV shows.
I'm okay with.
I don't want a movie, but a Destiny TV show would be great.
Yes, it would work best for a TV show.
And I think the even bigger reason is they plan to have Bungie help their other studios learn how to develop and manage live service games, to the point where they have said, and this number just is mind-blowing to me, they want to have, by 2026, have launched 10 live service games. 10. Which, what scale are those games? Who knows? Like, some of them could be really small stuff that's just ongoing, but that's a lot of games in 4 years.
Ooh, that, like...
Which some of these games have to be in development already. They have to be.
Yeah, they have to be in development. They just need Destiny's, like, the people who work on Destiny to be like, hey, if you want that game to, like, actually go off well, you need to add a little of this, a little of that. Like, for instance, like, a lot of people play this game, and I have no interest. Genshin Impact, free to play, and just people play the crap out of that. That's another live service game, really.
Yeah, it is.
And it sells so well too. But it's like one of those, you make a game free to play, people put
then
money
microtransactions.
into, yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's actually probably pretty likely that Bungie, not Bungie, but Sony had some studios developing these live service games, and they probably just didn't really know how to implement stuff. Like they were struggling with aspects of it, and with Sony wanting to obviously get in that market really hard, like 10 games is a lot of games in 4 years, they said, you know what, it's worth us investing this money into Bungie, even if we can't have them in making exclusive games for us, just to have them help our other teams. Because really, outside of things like, there's not many live service games that are like doing well necessarily. Genshin Impact, like you said, Destiny's doing well. You have stuff like League of Legends and all, but I don't think those are really live service games.
Let's take a gander, see if there's... Oh, well, you can count like Warzone.
Yeah, but
Apex,
Warzone is dropping
Rainbow Six
fast.
Siege.
Yeah.
That's still up there. World of Warcraft, of course.
But here's the thing, Destiny came out...
Fortnite.
Destiny came out like 8 years ago, the first one. And they're still going strong, where a lot of these have started good and maybe good for a while, but then they start to drop off.
Yeah,
I don't count
the only
MMOs.
thing, yeah, I'm not counting MMOs.
MMOs
either.
are their own thing.
Destiny has been along the longest.
Yeah.
And then actually would be Rainbow Six Siege right after that. They have lasted fairly a long time.
Yeah, they've been going a while.
But Rainbow Six Siege is kind of like falling into that pit now because they have that new extraction mode they thought would be like a cool thing to do, and that just ruined it. But then you got like Fortnite that just came out of nowhere and obliterated the world of that. Warframe is another good one.
Yeah, but see, even something like Warframe, while it might be doing good with its market, is not on the scale of something like Bungie. Some people argue
Grand Theft Auto, Path of
GTA
Exile,
Online.
Counter-Strike. Ugh.
See, a lot of these things I don't consider live service games that they're listing. Counter-Strike is just it is what it is. I don't think it's a live service game.
Final Fantasies and
That's just an MMO.
Yeah, it's hard to just like how you want to classify. Like, yeah, look, we're just talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna end up. 10 games. by 2026.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
A whole lot.
And if you have Bungie helping out with those games, it's gonna give me and you more of a chance to try those out because it's
the only thing like I can see being an issue for Sony, like people who are really into live service games tend to be into one game. You know, the only live service game I play is Destiny. I don't play anything else that you would consider a live service game. That's all I have time for. You know, those things are time sucks. So if you're releasing 10 of them,
I'm not gonna have time to play the other 9.
yeah, most people are gonna pick one of those to play.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and also it's like it's really just a money sinkhole. Like if you pick, let's just say you pick 5 and you like this and that and you want to buy this, get all these DLCs that come out, you got to buy them. So much money, and normally no one wants to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We want to pick that one game that we really like and sink all the money we can into that one.
Yeah.
What? Speaking of Destiny, let's sink money into that this week.
Yeah. That's coming out. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see the future, what Sony does with like Bungie and live service games. People in the industry are saying we're gonna see a lot more acquisitions this year. So from both companies, so it's gonna be interesting to see what the future looks like by the end of the year. Right now, it seems like every other week we're gonna have a big story to talk about, but we'll see.
Yeah, like who knows? I kind of hope either Ubisoft Origin makes a little step of something, but I doubt it from them.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants a piece of Ubisoft right now. So
only just because they're Star Wars.
they have one Star Wars game in development. It's like, who knows if it's even going to be good.
Hope it is,
Yeah.
but we'll never know.
Well, hopefully we'll know eventually. So let's talk about what we've been up to this week.
Well, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah, I saw you're further ahead than I am.
Yeah, and it is at this point. Yeah, you saw me. I was pretty much in game, and I really like this game. Despite the graphics, I'll probably replay when there's a mod.
Mm-hmm.
But like how it stands, it's so much fun. I like the grinding of I can just catch all these Pokemon and release them, and you get all this stuff to level up your main team. I don't even know if this main team that I have is going to be the said team. I do love grinding for alphas. Any alpha I see, I just sit there and wait it out and throw Pokeballs constantly or fruit for it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Story, I don't even care for it. I just want to catch Pokemon, see the world, fly around, climb things, jump things, swim. I just can't wait until the next one.
Yeah, it's funny because there's so much I can complain about with that game, but at the same time, I love it. So I think if the next one they fix some of those things, maybe do some different changes, maybe upgrade the visuals. As great as this one is, the next one should be really incredible.
Yeah, which is, you think about what's the next Pokemon thing they're gonna do? It's gonna be probably another remake.
I don't know. It depends. Like, I think it's going to be 2 or 3 years before we see another Pokemon game, because they've released 3 games in the past 2 years, and they've never
normally
done that. Well, 4 games, because Pokemon Snap came out too. Pokemon games typically 2 or 3 years in between releases, if not longer.
Let's see. Not that. Crust. Don't care about that. 2017 Ultra Sun and Moon. Don't care about that. Let's go in 18, 19. That doesn't count. We're talking about like actual.
It's still that company making those games though. Like even
Yeah,
the small
yeah.
ones, so
I'm talking about like your normal
mainline stuff.
mainline
it's going to be
Pokemon.
2 or 3 years.
Sword and Shield, and then last year was brilliant. No, it came out this year.
Yeah.
So this year was
No,
two,
no, it was the end of last year.
end of last year.
Yeah.
So you had two. No, yeah, it's gonna be within the next couple of years.
Yeah. And it really depends on, did the Sword and Shield team, once they finished that, did they go straight to helping on the Arceus, or did they start developing the next one?
I see developing the
Yes.
next one.
We shall see. If they did, we can see a game next year.
I just hope
But
it's.
I doubt it.
Give me Gen 2. That's all I want.
Yeah, Gen 2 remake. Like, I could see maybe a Let's Go. It's,
Let's go gold and silver.
yeah.
Mm.
Or not, who knows?
Just make that into the Legend series. It would work out.
Yeah. So I've been, playing Pokemon, playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima, but also got into Ark, the survival game with dinosaurs lately.
That's crazy. I never would expect you to try that game out.
Yeah, me neither. But it happened, and man, that game's addicting. And that game is one of the biggest time sucks I've ever played. Whereas, like, because, it's not like you're going about doing all this like crazy action stuff. It's like, whoa, this is so cool. And all it's like, all right, I'm going to go gather these resources to build this thing. And then I'm going to go do that. It's like you're doing checklists and you're just like, oh, check, got that, check, doing this. And next thing you know, 4 hours have passed. And you're just like, what? I feel like I really didn't even do that much stuff. But man, 4 hours just flew by. Like the other day, I got home from the gym and I was really hungry when I got home. I'm like, I need to eat some dinner. But I got on Arc first and it was like 6 o'clock.
Mistake.
Yeah, it was like 6:30 or something. I got home or something. And next thing I know, it's 9 o'clock. I'm like, what happened? Like, I had no idea how much time had passed. There's Wyatt. He's playing right now. It's
6 hours later.
So I have in less than a week. We've been playing. Me and Wyatt have been playing, and I am at in less than a week. Let me just pull up my achievements here, and I will tell you. I hate how long this takes. Give me one moment. Ark Survival Evolved. Stats. I have 22 hours and 37 minutes in 1 week.
Oh. I couldn't tell you how much time that was over what certain span of time. I couldn't.
Yeah, you have like over 100 hours.
Which I don't know if that's for like for a month or 2 months. I just couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
And the game's fun.
It's really fun.
I will have to relearn everything.
Yeah. I don't see myself putting like 100 hours into the game. Like I said, oh wow. So Wyatt started playing last week. Is that 46 hours?
What in the world?
I don't see myself putting 100 hours in the game because, once you kind of do everything, I feel like it's been like, all right, that's all I need to do, but we shall see.
You'll see, because if what map are you guys doing?
So we're doing the Ragnarok map. And so there's like griffins and wyverns and stuff.
I'm trying to think. I don't know which one did I do. Let's see which one. Let's go to the store page here.
Does it list all the different maps on there?
Yeah, don't want that plane. I think it's Genesis that I did.
Genesis is the season pass. Is that a new map as well?
There should have been a map with it, I thought.
I know there's a tech map. Is that the one you were doing?
It was a big mixture, I thought. Let's see all. Oh. Soundtrack. Crystal Center, primitive. Not extinction, not aberration.
You might be doing Ragnarok 2.
I think I might be. No. Man, I couldn't tell you now.
There's also the original, just the island type. You may be in that.
Maybe it's just like you literally had different biomes. Like,
Well, see, Ragnarok has different biomes.
That might be Ragnarok.
Yeah, there's like a few different starting areas, but like there's a bay, there's snow mountains, there's like this.
Yep, it was Ragnarok.
Yeah,
That's all you had to say.
yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, really fun.
Yeah,
But really, like,
you know what? It's a great game to do. It's a great game to play and like watch a show. He's
that's
like,
what I do for like when I was playing Pokemon. I was
Yeah.
watching Twitch while playing Pokemon.
yeah,
I was like,
Pokemon is a good game for that too. But yeah, that's all I've been up to.
new addiction found.
Yeah, at least for a little while.
Well, you go take a break. You need to go get a snack or a drink, Wyatt. Quit telling us that you found this. And
Yeah. So,
so,
yeah. Is
looks like I'm going to be addicted to another game because of you guys.
That's okay. Games are fun.
At least I was done with New World.
You're done with that?
Well, not really done with it. I got to level 60, but there's still trade skills I gotta level up.
Yeah.
Which that sucks. Takes a lot of time. And also I gotta make money to get like the best gear now.
I thought you were just saying like in real life. Gotta make money, so I gotta start playing New World. And it's
No, my real
keeping me
money is
from
going
doing my
towards
job.
Destiny, so
well, yeah, I think that's it for this week. Remember, you could always reach us at the email address nerdnestpodcast@gmail.com with any questions, comments, topics. And then we are on Twitter at nerdnestpodcast. Pretty much would announce like when we're going live and stuff like that a lot.
Yep.
But then you can find me on Twitter at Jebediah Superfly. Same for Twitch. And then Havlon.
you can find me on Twitter. It's _Haviland_. And then just follow this Twitch channel, and that's where I stream. I didn't stream last week because snow day and wanted to enjoy it. And Tuesday, wife was sick, so had to take care of the boy.
That'll do it. And I didn't stream last week because I just didn't. So
Speaking of that, did you end up stream
no,
Pokemon?
not yet.
No, not yet. You probably won't be now.
No, I probably won't stream Pokemon, but I'm gonna figure out some stuff. So yeah. Well, that is it. And remember, guys, be safe and don't do drugs.